Oh, crap. Yeah. Yeah. This is gonna end up being somewhat low energy, somewhat. Just because it's just like. Oh. Doing what I'm doing graphic design, that's weird. It's all weird. There we go. Here we go. So yeah, this next month I'm gonna be planning on going through and just kind of phasing out into something else. Just so you know. Anyway. Any straight in neighborhood, okay. Let's go here. Like I didn't turn it. So another thing I might do next month is start posting the let's see. Response. Another thing I might do is just like starting on setting up the archive thing. I've chosen my task. Okay. I don't know. Everything about it is just like... Okay. I keep on looking at it, keep on thinking about it, and I'm going like, yeah, no, I don't think I'm good at RPGs. Like, okay, I'm good at RPGs, but I don't think they're my speed or my style, my taste. I need to probably just still want to find that one thing or that one game genre that I'll just end up enjoying. But here I am with a whole bunch of RPGs. Okay. 6-3 plus cogs. Oh, there's invasion going on. I could go for the popular games, but then again, you look at the popular games and you realize you're gonna get buried all the others. Like, yes, I might be doing something niche on the one hand, but on the other hand, take a look at everybody else. Take a look at like, take a look at any popular game, and you can just like spin a random wheel, put on. You met with another streamer, and depending on where you go, what you do. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go ruin the status quo here. Let me win and back up. Nice. Wow, no one decided to go for the other one. I should have decided to go for the other one. Like I said, it's probably gonna end up being a bit of a short stream. What the heck? Danny DeVito, what are you doing here? Oh, is this the Black Widow movie? Oh, frick, it's... Wait, it's Jumanji? Again? Oh gosh, now I'm interested again. Oh gosh. I just friggin' realized. Okay, I'm for the next level going on over there. I just kind of realized some of Jumanji, what they're doing now is kind of let's put these actors and have them try to play other actors. That's friggin' hilarious. 'Cause they did that for the first one. It looks like they're bringing in more popular talent for that one. That sounds like a superhero plot. He was going to be like a pharmacist, and then he became... The frick? I don't know, do anything to do... I don't know, you probably do anything to do what you love doing. I know. God dang. No, who are we talking about? Talking about a person. Talking about a person who are we talking about? Talking about a person. Lauren Nightingale. Florence Nightingale. We're talking about Florence Nightingale. Nightingale? It's pronounced Nightingale? Actually, my speakers are off right now, more or less, because I have an MP3 player going on right now. Like every single stream I start out, it's always an MP3 player, never Spotify, because then I can actually customize what I'm doing. Because I probably mentioned this about 1,000 times before, but I remember I've done like a whole bunch of what I call like orchestrations, MIDI orchestrations for for a Family Tracker, and that is really fun to do, because it's just like, let's put this MIDI to this MIDI and see what happens. Actually, speaking of seeing what happens, wrong. And that's been fun, like, and then recently I just kind of went like, you know, what if I were to, like, well, what if I got a Super Nintendo tracker? Ah, shoot. What if I got like recently I've been thinking about maybe porting that ToonTown battle system idea, like bringing that over to the Super Nintendo as opposed to bringing it over to the NES. See what happens then. Cause I think it'll be interesting. I still think it'll be interesting regardless, but I just kind of going like, I just don't want to learn assembly, man. Like that, I think that's a big thing. Is I don't really want to learn assembly. It seems complicated. It's like a monster to me. And it's just like, but it's like it's the ancient texts, you know. Like every computer is based off of assembly. Am I right? A lot of computers way back when, like, or excuse me, a lot of programs way back when ran on assembly. So, I still think it'd be interesting to port at least this mini game over to the NES. Like, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy with some of these ideas of mine. But I think it'd be an interesting thing to execute and do. Like some of these mini games would be interesting to port over to the NES, but then again, we'd end up with like a mini game collection. Boom. Oops. Boom. Boom. We got it. Yeah, I think I've ever been to the end of this minigame in particular once. Once. Why do you have two over here? Did someone die over here? What is this? Is this? Oh shoot. I still would use I would use NES Maker to do the NES thing, but I end up developing my own tools and my own things. I think I probably should do that as the putzing around. Yeah, right, that we're all on the loud scale. I've seen some people in our class who are just really quiet, really shy. Preaching about vegetables? Preaching vegetables. Dude. Play it around. Okay. Chatting with someone. Let's see. Music. Should probably do. I should probably do that chill low. Probably try and do chill, low energy type of streams, where it's just kind of like, Be interesting to turn our weird little evening YouTube binges over into like something like this. Like do a stream. Like go over. Pick some videos, probably a better idea would be recommendations, like you enjoy. Because one recommendation recently would pretty much be two-set violin. We're all musicians in this house on some level or another, and so you just have like these guys who just like make jokes. They've reacted to some people who've just been on TV. Let's see. Just like, I think the fun ones were like the drama shows where just like you have a violin in which the bridge magically disappears and then reappears. It's just like it's the magical violin. Like you can somehow play this violin without a bridge. Period. you can't. Yeah, you like and then you have like that's why if I ever want to do anything musical, like that for me is why I want to pay attention to the content I create or the films I make. If I ever make those films, it's just like there's some details where I'm like, eh. Then there are others where I'm going like, this has to be right, or else it's not gonna be good. At least in my eyes, like, yeah, you could probably cut out some things here, there, but woo. I wonder if they're ever gonna fix this glitch, or it's just gonna end up persisting for like a while. 'Cause every single time I've gone out of there, it's always been again silent, so I'm tone deaf. You know, back to I think it was like a thing. Can't remember. I can't remember. I've lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. If I ever end up becoming a huge, like the biggest thing I don't want to do is where it goes in my head. It's been like the quest on YouTube. Go out and like the quest on YouTube to like go out and get at least 100 subs. And that's been the goal on YouTube since day one. Go and get. I remember I promised at 50 get a Patreon, so I got a Patreon. Remember. It's the same thing here. Like I'm deciding to go up and do this more or less because I have a promise to myself. That's why I'm regretting that I don't do those things I'm thinking about doing on Monday, because I just end up making promises to myself and it just doesn't. I just don't feel like it's a good thing to make promises to yourself and not keep them. That's me. I think I have a fun story to tell. Well, fun story to tell. I remember. This is gonna be becoming a running theme. Anywho, remember I got a Podge for one Christmas, and it was like one thing I've been wanting to get more or less because. Somehow I was really wanting to get because I could finally get footage off of consoles. as opposed to sitting here, like, setting up a thing and just doing that. Instead of resorting to emulators, I could just actually do. I remember one of the first tests I ever did was trying to use my computer for it. Because it has an HDMI cable, it has HDMI out, it has all the things. I remember I was doing this weird thing where I was trying to use the microphone and everything. And it came out to this weird, overly loud, potentially meme-ish thing where it's just like, and then the audio was blasting. Like, the thing in and of itself is just kind of weird. It's like, because I got it, and it's kind of been sitting there. One day its purpose will be fulfilled, but it's just been sitting there, and sitting there, and sitting there. There it is. I remember I did make one Mario Maker video with it. And it was pretty much me sitting there doing... It was pretty much me showcasing many attempts at the same level, because it was like... I remember, like, the level was ridiculously hard, precise. And it was like from one of those Japanese things. It was like one of those Japanese levels. I need to go back to look at the video. But it was one of the most interesting things I ever edited, and I remember opening that sucker up in Blender, because I do everything in Blender nowadays. Open that sucker up, and then suddenly it was like this wall of attempts, and it just like, I remember watching the compositor. Looking at it, and then boom! It hit the friggin' wall. It hit the wall that was the attempts layered together. I think it was like on an ad or something like. It hit that wall, and I'm laughing, because it's like friggin' utterly ridiculous. Laughing inside. So I turned around. I should probably use the pause a bit more. Maybe I should see if it actually works with this headset. Maybe that could be the ultimate solution to this weird 10 hertz problem I keep on having, because I don't have the heart to get a split. Don't have the heart to get a splitter. I was actually wondering if the company that made this also has a splitter that is this, like it automatically already splits. So it's like the headset I got. Like the headset that... It was like the zombified headset. Like, it was dead. I remember this sucker was... Oh, shoot. This sucker was dead. It is dead. Period. Dead. Like, right now, it's like in my head. Right now, it's like in a drawer. I remember this sucker was just dead. Period. But I kept on running with it, because gosh dang, was it still working. Little microphone thing had gone off of this. Like a little thing. I pretty much broke one half of it. I pretty much broke it in half. This sucker, it is dead, but it still works. And that sucker, the other headset I was using came from Place New For You Computers. Cool place. Cool place, that's where I also got missed. Another game that I only really halfway played, and I remember got to one of the worlds or books or whatever you want to call them. Got to one, and I remember I was going through one of the puzzles, and it was just like, it was like Lighthouse. You had a little 3 pumps and everything. You get a page, and I remember there was a point where I just like, I get through some of the puzzle, and then something would happen. I go, ah, gosh dang, run all the way back to the pumps and just pump them back up, and it's just. Anywho, so I got that, and then I pretty much broke the and then if I remember correctly, I broke the microphone portion of it, and now Timothy, my brother Timothy, uses it because I let him use it. It's just, I don't know, I'll keep on doing this, see what happens, see what comes forward, see what might happen. Still think one of the cooler things to come out of things is pretty much, well, it seems like seems like I'm walking and everybody exploding everything. Oof. Yeah. I'll keep on doing it. I think the birthday videos are the most interesting things. I think at some level I'm starting to get really happy with how everything is looking and working and doing. Because I know it was like the last birthday video that I made a while back. Gosh dang it. The last birthday video I made. Not the balloon one, even though I am still happy with that one as well, but the Daft Punk one. I remember I had 1 week of a hospital stay because we were monitoring my brain for a thing. I remember I only barely got that sucker out the door, and it was one of the most interesting. I basically got a plugin for a program that I don't got, but it has all the samples for it, and I animated everything up to those samples, and then I put it in the thing, and then I did my traditional, here's my here's my thing, or here are my videos reward. And not reward, my shtick, because I always had that song and dance. I think the worst one. I think one of the worst ones I ever had. One of the worst ones I ever did was the I'm Still Here one. I still don't like that sucker. Though I wouldn't be opposed to remaking the thing. But that sucker was not good. Could have been so much better, and I think I'm actually good enough to do it again. I'm good enough to do it again. I have the proper equipment. I can do it again. It'd just be a matter of doing it, figuring out how exactly to do it, type of thing. Because I remember there was like animation. I did some of that animation. It was friggin' terrible. I think I'm actually better at animating now than I was then. If not, then I'm better marginally. I'm still waiting to get through most of the stuff I'm doing for college in order to get to doing the animation. And if it's not that, like, I don't know. I think one of the most, I think an interesting class I've been taking has been art for college. Because I've been learning how to do things to expand my horizon. We finally got to the one thing I've been doing for years, and I've really been enjoying doing that. It's one-point perspective. Heck, I still got a sketch in one of my old sketchbooks, which I think I actually was a bit of a study of one-point perspective. And I remember, and the whole thing was basically make a room. So I made a room, and it kind of leans somewhere between. Gosh, some comic specifics. Okay. It leans so heavily into what I drew, what I'd like to draw, during that. I remember one I did was an arrow in 3D space, and that sucker is an interesting thing to look at. I don't think I actually have it on me. It's probably somewhere between the couch cushions at this point in time. But I do remember making it. I do remember really, really enjoying that. Dang. Seems like I'm arriving to the party late a lot. 3 plus. Now, I think Pirates of the Caribbean Online, in comparison to this, is somewhere close to my style. Its only downside is the fact that the buttons are really complicated. And it probably does need a controller. Like, I'm saying in terms of control schemes, it needs a controller. Not that it needs a controller, period. That sucker is still a bit of a weird one. Still think my finest moment was swimming across the sea, though. That was friggin' hilarious. If I remember correctly, I remember in Pirates Online, I decided I'm gonna swim from this island to that island. And I did it. I'm not sure if you can do it in the fan revival. But I friggin' did it in that original version. And I just... Why am I hearing Wild West music? Don't ask questions you're not prepared to answer. Probably should be heading back to the playground at this point. I still think the fun thing, like I'm thinking about spacing out ToonTown and going to Earthbound Beginnings or Earthbound Zero or the easy patch of that. I'm not sure if I want. Like, I'm not entirely sure if I want to play the easy patch for Earthbound Beginnings. So on the one hand, it isn't the original experience. On the other hand, the original experience, from what I've heard, is hard. And again, it doesn't seem like I'm very much of an RPG guy to begin with. It is still all going to be emulation at the end of the day. Recently I've been kind of sort of expanding my musical horizons ish. Very much ish. I remember I encountered kind of sort of encountered Dark Side of the Moon. I've been listening to Twilight. I've been starting to appreciate the thing in the one thing in New World Record, which is where that's ELO's album, which has Mr. Blue Sky Out of the Blue. One guy on YouTube, Polyphonic, did a whole video dissecting that whole music video. That was interesting to watch. You start from Standing in the Rain to Mr. Blue Sky, and you go through this whole musical journey from one point to another point. And then I kind of sort of encountered, like I stressed, still kind of sort of encountered, haven't listened to the full thing yet, Dark Side of the Moon. That seems like one interesting little album. Like hearing the context behind it all and other things. But I'm still gonna end up drawing my own conclusions, listening to the whole thing fully. But I remember I listened to the first track. Listening to the first couple tracks as Polyphonic went over the thing. And I ended up thinking, this is gonna be my next major. This is gonna be my next major project. Heck with Twilight, we're gonna be doing this now. And I just went. You know, what if I were to? And I somehow managed to. I somehow managed to sum up at least 5 years worth of YouTube into like into maybe around 5 or 10 seconds. I find that really impressive. And because of the song's nature and of itself, it is somewhat schizophrenic. Like, it's the first track, and it's the only track on Spotify listed as explicit. And I go like, why is it explicit? I'm like, because it's one word. And then the rest of the whole album is not like that. And I'm going like, what? Watching him take a look at Pink Floyd's other album was just like, Wish You Were Here. And interesting hearing some of the context behind that. Going over that, I kind of feel like some of the stuff that he was talking about in there. I mean, I'm looking at the song. I kind of feel like that's kind of the same thing going on with some of the YouTubers, just kind of like, I have all these big old YouTube hotshots, and it's just like, where is the Mr. Rogers of YouTube? Because you have all this negativity, and you have all these things, and it seems like we live in, like, ToonTown, excuse me, it seems like Google lives in or we end up having systems where negativity is rewarded. Where's the positive? Where's the positive at all? We see all this stuff and it's just, where is the positives? It seems like the big answer is you find it. You have to actively look for things in order to find what you're looking for, and a lot of people just don't want to do that. They just, like, you want to find what you're looking for, you have to look, and and now we're getting into some weird territory that I've been thinking about somewhat recently, but I think that's partially why anime became as big as it did in the West as it has, or something. Because there's been this complaint, or been this whole thing. I mean, there's even this whole debacle recently, like, animation is not a genre. I keep on looking at that segment, going like, yeah, I think it became perceived as that, more or less because there are so many common tropes in Western animation that ended up becoming, oh, this is X. And I bet if you were to take some of those tropes and put them outside of their own context, you get something somewhat interesting or somewhat terrible. Or good, or I don't know, man. But animation as a medium, I agree with that. Like, there's this weird thought in the back of my head, and I'm making a poster for that soon. Like for my own thing. There's been these images in the back of my head where everything is traditionally hand drawn in my head. Like, wisdom says that, like, there's all this interesting wisdom, or what I've heard, that says it's just kind of like not one cell, and it's just like, nah, probably will, because you're gonna drive to tell good stories. Your drive is to tell good stories. Your drive is to... Dang it. Where am I going again? I just want to do something interesting with the medium of animation. Just do something... Maybe do something that no one's really thought of doing. Just kind of do that. I mean... Again, maybe that's why anime became such a big thing in the West, is more or less animation in the West didn't give what people really wanted, and then suddenly have this thing from another place that heavily favors animation for a lot of what it does. Like, it seems like Japan is very much visually driven. Sunshine Place, okay. So I have these things, and it's just... instead of getting a taste, you're getting a thing out of... You're getting a thing, and here it is, just... On top of that, I get some really interesting visual animation as well, because it's just like there's such an attention to detail that people die when making the thing, and that's not good. The things need to get better over there, but still you have a level of detail in there where it's just kind of like, oh my goodness. I mean, so here I am shooting something out into the blue and just kind of going like, you know, what if I were to try and do that, or try and do Running a newspaper sounds like fun. Thus is my quest. And then thus is my quest to make an animation studio in Nevada, so all the animators from California can just run over here where it's cheaper. This is gonna be one interesting stream when it eventually gets. Thanks for stopping by. Still on my ink. Sitting on top of the pedestal. Anywho. It's been interesting for me to do has just been kind of sort of learning how InDesign works and everything. Like, I remember I sat there and I'm doing these classes and I'm going like, why Adobe? Why? And I remember the response I got was basically, it's industry. It's all industry standard. Oh. It's what you'd expect to see. Going the wrong direction. Some of what I'm saying is pretty much my own conclusion. Here's a for the ink. Bloodsuckers. Wait a sec. Still think watching Citizen Kane was one of the most interesting experiences of my life. Like, one Saturday, no real distractions or interruptions until the very end. So I sat there and undivided attention watched. Bots. Perfect. Now we just have to wait for a bloodsucker to spawn. This is why I don't go for cog-specific tasks. There does seem to be a whole bunch of bottom feeders. I should have gotten a test with bottom feeders. Actually, let me take a look. No invasion happening. Where do bloodsuckers pop up? Stop. I gotta stop. Yeah, considering what I'm doing now, I think my productivity might go up a bit. At some point I gotta stop doing the if they'll miss it thing. There's one series I have on my YouTube that might end up getting revived. I'm not sure what might happen next. That was Mother Vlog. That was not a good series. Okay, I had the potential to be a good series, but I don't think I had a good idea of how exactly to execute it correctly. Like, my thought was to make it a bit like the Marble Machine X. It'd be like a weekly series, updates every week, and it died. Like, real quickly. What I find interesting is I ended up with a bit of a dead email. Like, I have a whole sign-up email and everything. Like you want to join, go to this email. I'm not going to reveal the email now. Like, who knows? This sucker's being developed for print. But I might see if but one thing I might do is, like, put out to PDF, then turn it into PNG or JPEG, then upload it. What's really interesting is, like, I'm planning on getting this sucker out April. Up. We go. We got one. Das fun. So it seems like you can get bloodsuckers in the wild. Pineapple frosting? Pineapple frosting. Hansel? Hansel. Oh, which street is... Oh, shit. Is this the... Yeah, this is the street that glitches. I think that was Punchline Place. Sure, that was Punchline Place. All even. There he is! There he is! Jump on him! Get him! Put him down! Put him down! Pin him down! Who says video games? You try to go back and find the first video game, it gets complicated. Quick. Really complicated. Because then, like, because at some level you're trying to define what is the first. Like, and Pong is really the first. Pong is the first. Yeah, is the first thing to have been advertised as a video game. So I think Pong is really one of the true firsts. Everything before that was pretty much just computer, and it was a game that was on a computer. Okay. Okay. Okay, one last cog. Okay. But yeah. But yeah. I think that concludes our broadcast night. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's live streaming. You could describe it as broadcasting, though. It's like it's broadband casting. Dad. Thank all for coming to. Thank anyone who came to the stream for coming to the stream, coming to watch it. My low energy, then I got high energy, then low energy stream. At some point, I need to like find a chill game where I can just go to. Anywho, thank you for watching. Go check out Patreon. Go check that YouTube channel. If you're interested in anything. Until next time, this is Kirkklan signing out.